Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a first trimester Q&A. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me over any questions you guys had for my pregnancy. So I did get quite a few questions from you guys, a lot of the same type of questions, which I totally get. Like, everybody wants to know the same type of things, like the general questions that I didn't answer in the first video when I announced it. So I'm just gonna go right ahead and go into the questions so that this video is not super long, and I'm gonna hopefully hit every point that I'm trying to make. What was your reaction to finding out? Okay, so I was super, like, I already knew I was pregnant just from the way that I was feeling. The day before, I was feeling a little bit nauseous during breakfast time, which is obviously super not normal. So that was like an indicator, like, okay, this is like, this is actually a thing, might be. So I was expecting it, but of course when you get that positive pregnancy result and it's like sitting and you're like staring at it for the first time, you're just like, whew, like, oh my god, like, this is real. There is literally life inside of me right now. So you just, like, your mind starts running. But I was just super happy and nervous, and I just was like, wow, like, I actually got pregnant. So I was excited, like, definitely excited, but definitely like, holy crap, like, this is crazy, you know what I mean? I just kept saying, oh my god, like, I knew it, oh my god, this is crazy. And I'm so sad because I lost that footage since it was like over 3 months ago. When I went to look for it in my computer, it wasn't there. So it must have gotten deleted when I was cleaning out my files. I don't even know. But I lost that footage, and if I think about it too much, like, I get sad because that would have been really cool to have, you know what I mean? And I don't have anything like that for either one of my 2 kids. So yeah, it would have been a cool thing to have, but unfortunately I lost those clips. How far along were you when you found out? So I was like barely pregnant. I was like literally 4 weeks pregnant. So I found out like at the very beginning, which is crazy because I usually, my last 2 pregnancies, I didn't find out until like the 7-week mark, but this time I found out like right at 4 weeks. So I had known like since the very beginning, which is insane. How do the kids and Jonathan feel about another baby? So they're all super excited. Like, Violet is hoping it's a girl. She says that it's a girl. If you guys don't know, Violet is my oldest daughter. She's gonna be 5, and she's just so excited. Like, she's so ready to be a big sister again, especially to a little girl. So she is just so excited and so happy. And then Kai, my 2-year-old, he is 2, so he doesn't really have much to say, but he already acknowledges the baby. He calls it baby, and then he grabs my tummy, he kisses my tummy, like, he knows there's a baby in there, you know what I mean? And when I ask him if it's a boy or a girl, he goes girl, so he thinks it's a girl too. And I just can't believe he's gonna be a big brother. Like, that's so crazy. And of course Jonathan is super excited. He is really hoping for a girl too, so yeah, he's really excited. His reaction was kind of like the same as mine. Like, he just knew it. He was like, I knew it. Like I knew it, but damn, that's crazy. Like, we're about to have 3 kids. And I was like, I know, like, isn't that crazy? So yeah, everybody's reaction was like, yay. Everybody was super happy, super happy. And okay, let's see, when is your due date? So my due date is August 7th, 2020. Which is so crazy. I've never had a summer baby, which is like, I'm actually going to be super pregnant during summertime, which I'm so scared of because it's going to be so hot this summer. But anyway, yeah, that's my due date. I really don't like live by that due date because I know that's just like an estimate of when the baby's gonna come. And Kai was not even born on his due date. He was 3 days after. So I already know that, like, that day is not necessarily like the day, it's just an estimate. So I don't really hold myself to that. And it's actually kind of crazy because both Violet and Kai had due dates of the 9th. So Violet's due date was April 9th, and then Kai's due date was February 9th, and then this baby is August 7th. So like, they all had the same like due dates kind of. So yeah, I don't know if it has to do with the way my period falls like every month. I have no idea, but I just think that's kind of crazy. Let's see. Was this baby planned? I really don't like that question. Like, if you ask people that question, to me is just like, ew, you know what I mean? Like, no offense to anybody who asked it. I know you meant it from a good place, but I will say that question is just weird to me because you can't really plan things like this. You know, I feel like pregnancy just happens because it's out of our control. Like, we can't plan like this night I'm getting pregnant, you know what I mean? So we planned to have a baby in 2020, so that's as much planning as we did. We planned to get pregnant and have a baby in 2020. Why did you keep your pregnancy a secret? So I definitely don't feel like I kept it a secret. Like, secret's not really the word. A secret's like Kylie Jenner. So I definitely don't think I kept my pregnancy a secret. Like, secret is not the right word. I just don't think I was ready to like share it with like social media. Only because I felt like I didn't have the answers that I needed in order to feel like at peace with bringing my information to you guys, since I did mention that it took me quite some time to get into the doctors to get an ultrasound and like all that stuff. So I definitely wanted to make sure that everything was okay and we were good before I shared my news, which I think is totally normal. I just feel like most women who get pregnant, they don't say anything until like 13 weeks, like definitely after the first trimester. But I do think that nowadays people share their news like the second it happens, you know what I mean? And I just wasn't down for that. So yeah. Are you having a gender reveal? Yes. So my sister has been knowing the gender of our baby already for 2 weeks, and she is throwing us our gender reveal. We plan on this baby being our last, so she definitely wanted to do that for us and just surprise us with the gender and kind of make it special, you know? So she's throwing it for us this weekend, which I'm so excited about. And I'm just like, if I think about it too much, I get like really anxious because I just want to know already. But yeah, it's gonna be like super chill and I'm just excited. Like, I want it to come already. But I will say I do have a huge feeling that it's a girl. It's definitely because of my symptoms. Exactly how I felt with Violet is how I'm feeling this time around. And one of the main symptoms is, or was, my tender breast. Like, when I say tender, I mean like, oh my god, I couldn't even like put them under the shower. Like, why can't I think? The shower head, like hitting me would hurt. And I also feel like they like doubled in size overnight, which I was like, oh my god, like what the hell? I don't remember that happening with Kai like at all. So my boobs are just like huge right now and I'm just like uncomfortable. I don't like wearing bras. Like, it's just like very uncomfortable. So I've actually been wearing nursing bras. It's not cute, but like I'd rather be comfortable. So that was one of the main symptoms that I got like when I first found out I was pregnant. And also morning sickness and nausea. I know some women have it all day, night and day, but I luckily only had it in the morning. Like, literally I would wake up and I would just feel so gross. I would just feel like sick and just not very good. And sure enough, when I'd go brush my teeth, I'd always throw up in the mornings. So that was like, the morning sickness, the nausea is literally the worst thing ever. And it's kind of crazy because I'm already 18 weeks today, and up until last week did I feel like this. So 17 weeks and still feeling nauseous in the morning, like that's crazy. And the same thing happened with me with Violet. I was sick with her until like 20 weeks, I believe. So all of these symptoms, I'm just like, okay, like this has to be a girl, like it has to be. So we will see. With my son, I literally had like the easiest pregnancy. Like, I didn't get sick, I felt very comfortable, I didn't swell. Like, it was just such a nice pregnancy. And they do say that like boys are easier to carry and girls are harder to carry. Like, it is, I can vouch for that because I have already experienced both. But yeah, those are just some of my symptoms. And also food aversions. I've had so many food aversions and I still do. For example, I used to love eggs for breakfast. I cannot eat eggs at all. Like, Eggs, just, oh my god, I will literally throw up. Couldn't even drink coffee without just it upsetting my stomach. And eating hot foods was just not good. I felt like hot meals just didn't sit well with me. So I was eating a lot of cold salads, cold sandwiches, like turkey and cheese, and cold pasta salads, like anything cold and refreshing I loved, like smoothies, apples, just like anything cold. Whatever you picture in your refrigerator, I would eat. So yeah, if you guys are experiencing morning sickness or food aversions, try switching up to like cold food instead of hot meals, like chicken and beef. Like that sounded so gross. Any cravings? So I am craving M&Ms. Like that's all I want are M&Ms, and that's about it. M&Ms and like cold food. It's really weird because I never really got those like crazy cravings with my other pregnancies. Like I know some people have like cravings of like pickles and mustard or just like crazy things. So far all I really want is M&Ms. Like, we'll see as I get further along what crazy cravings I might have this time around. Okay, let's see. Do you still plan on homeschooling? So I do still plan on homeschooling. Now more than ever, I have to get prepared and get into a routine, so when the baby comes I have everything on lock and I'm just like good to go. I know it's gonna be a challenge, but I'm gonna make it work. So yes, I'm still gonna be homeschooling. What type of birthing method do you want to have? So I definitely want to have a vaginal delivery. Want to have an unmedicated vaginal delivery, just like I did with Kai. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video or not, but I had a C-section with my daughter Violet, and that was completely elective, not an emergency. I was just young and dumb and I got talked into a C-section. So that was my first experience. And then with Kai, my second, I knew I didn't want a C-section again unless absolutely necessary. I tried my hardest and I had him naturally. So naturally, vaginally, naturally, whatever. I had him vaginally without an epidural. So that's what I'm planning this time again, because the way I look at it is I've done it once. I'm pretty sure I can do it again. I'm just gonna have to read all of my books and prepare myself mentally and physically for that delivery, because it was not easy. So a lot of like mental preparation has to go into place. Like you can't just be like, I'm gonna pop out my baby without medicine. Like you can't, like I don't think you can do that like mentally, you know what I mean? Because pain and fear is like all mental. So yeah, I hope to talk about that more with you guys as my pregnancy goes on, but I definitely do want to have a natural vaginal delivery. I got a lot of these. Are you excited that Katherine and Amanda are all having babies around the same time? So yes, I'm so excited that we're all having babies, which I just think it's so funny, because people think that we planned it or something, which it was not planned. It literally just happened. We joked about it, but we didn't think like it could actually happen, especially being back to back. Like Katherine's in June, Amanda's in July, and I'm in August. Like what? That's crazy. And I think it's also really cool that Katherine's due date is, I think she said June 24th or 25th. So my birthday is June 24th. So her baby is going to be a Cancer just like me. So for my last question, any nausea remedies? Some things that helped me, honestly, was keeping on top of getting hungry, even though it's really hard to like eat when you don't want to eat anything. But the second you start feeling hungry is when your nausea is going to kick in and you're just going to feel super nasty. So even if it's like crackers or apples or like little cutie oranges, anything small really, I would just nibble on, because I just hated feeling nauseous. It is kind of hard to apply that in the mornings, because like the first thing you don't want to do is like eat, you know what I mean? Like at least for me, the first thing I do when I wake up is brush my teeth. So that's why I would always throw up when I was brushing my teeth. But if you get nauseous throughout the day, I would definitely recommend just eating little bits here and there, like just little things, you know, like slices of apples, cheese, anything that sounds appetizing. Just don't get hungry, because that is really the worst you could do. Also, switching your prenatals, because I had to do that. I was drinking some prenatals that was like upsetting my stomach, and they tasted like very prenatally, so I switched up my prenatals and that helped a lot. I also forgot to mention that I did get sick in the beginning of my pregnancy. I think I was about 11 or 12 weeks when I got 103 fever, and I was literally so sick. But it was really weird because I only had a fever for 24 hours, and then after that I literally felt better the next day, although I was still under the weather, but my fever was just one day, and I had like really bad nasal congestion, and then it seemed to have gone away, and then the following week it came back with the vengeance, and it like took me out again for like 3 whole days. I literally was having the worst migraines, just the worst sinus congestion that I've ever had. It was so bad. And also the migraines was making my nausea even worse, making me throw up like all day long. I couldn't keep anything down. I was having bone broth, and like even the bone broth that I was sipping on with barely any carrots and celery was making me throw up. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know if it was like a flu or just like a bug, like a virus. I have no idea. So I'm just so thankful to have my health back, and for the kids to have their health back. And honestly, nothing is more important than just feeling well and being healthy. I think when we are healthy and when we're like up and going and all that stuff, like we take it for granted, and it isn't until we're down and sick that we realize, oh my god, I have to take better care of myself, I have to take my vitamins, I have to eat better, blah blah blah, drink more water. So just make sure you're doing all that now, so that you don't have to get sick and let that slap you in the face in order for you to get your shit together. You know what I mean? Who is it? Come in. Kai. It's Kai Kai. This baby doesn't want a nap? Okay, listen to me. Come here. Are you excited about the baby? Do you think it's a boy or a girl? What do you think? Are you gonna have a boy or a girl? Huh? So before I close out the video, I wanted to show you guys my belly, because I feel like it changes every day. Some days it looks big, some days it doesn't. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys so that you can see what it's looking like at 18 weeks. So this is the bump right now at 18 weeks. Like I said, some days I feel big, some days I feel like you can't even tell I'm pregnant. But yeah. How crazy. I cannot believe this is like my 3rd pregnancy. This is insane. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. I hope it was... I'm not done yet. So is it a boy or is it a girl?
Yeah.
Ah! What? What did you say?
Yeah.
You said what?
No.
What is it?
Yeah.
A girl?
Yeah.
You guys heard it. Predictions over here. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Thank you for sending in your questions. And hold on, I'm not done yet. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't forget anything, but sometimes it's really hard when you sit down for a video. Like, you tend to forget the things you want to say. But yeah, you guys, if you want to just follow me on Instagram, I'm gonna be on there. And yeah, follow my journey, follow my bump. We're having our gender reveal this weekend on Sunday, so I'm very excited, and you guys will be finding out also what we're having. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.